And without the battle recording, we've got nothing, Baden said as he stood on the conference room table. However, Nesh inputted commands on his holopad and a projection appeared above the table. The ship's internal security cameras operate on a different system and my team found this. Above the table, the projection showed Moktop on board the courier ship speaking with another Bonthan. The bridge officer's lies confirm them as traitors, like their admiral. Execute them. Yes, Admiral. The projection of the other Bonthan replied, turning smartly on his hooves to exit the room. Nerya slumped against the wall behind her. That bastard, he's killed them. Not yet, he hasn't. Nesh turned to Nerya. This video was taken from the courier ship security system in real time, 5 minutes ago. To leave the ship, they'll have to lower their shields and extend their docking collar to the station. My team has taken the initiative to hack their docking controls and block communication from the courier ship. The docking collar can be extended manually, but it will take them time. Meanwhile, we think we've found where the crew is being held. Nesh tapped at his holopad again, and the security footage was replaced by a diagram of the Bonthan embassy. This storage area here. Nesh pointed. One of our contacts in the Bonthan embassy works as service staff in the kitchens. She's delivered 2 meals to Bonthan guards posted outside of this room. It's never had guards posted before yesterday. And on her second trip, she saw Moktop exiting the room. There is no reason that a Bonthan admiral should be on a storage sub-level of the embassy. That has got to be where they are. It's thin, but I agree, Baden said. How much time do we have? Not enough for subtlety. Moktop and his lackey will be able to finish manually extending that docking collar and cycling their airlock in 20 minutes, maybe less. We'll need your Marines, Baden. Nerya, we'll need you to come with. We need someone your crew will trust. Nerya nodded. Let's go get my people. For the record, you want us to storm the Bonthan embassy. This is way worse than any of my plans, Nesh. Shut up, Baden. Nesh snapped, then finally seemed to realize where the Terran was standing. And get off of the table. You look ridiculous. Nesh struggled with his helmet as he approached the Dreeden embassy complex's exit. Let me help you with that, sir. One of his security detail offered, deftly securing Nesh's helmet, the collar of his armor with a click. Baden and Nerya followed behind him. Thank you. Nesh nodded to Dreeden who had helped him. I always hated wearing this stuff. A little tight, Nesh. Baden poked at the armor plates covering Nesh's abdomen. Too many state dinners. Baden was wearing his typical face-obscuring helmet and encounter suit. What I don't understand, Nesh ignored the jab, is why you're coming along. My holopad is the only way to communicate with my tactical team on the courier ship, and we need Nerya to help us with her crew. But as far as I can tell, you're just dead weight. We're going to be violating at least 10 different statutes of the League Charter that prohibit hostile action against another League species. Violating assemblage regulations by bringing potentially lethal weapons in the common areas of the station, and committing an act of war by attacking the embassy of the race with the largest fleet in the known galaxy. Baden put his hand on Nesh's shoulder. I wouldn't miss it. Nesh gave Baden a sad smile. He knew what the Terran ambassador was really doing. If this went badly, Baden would share the blame for Nesh's plan. Thanks, friend. At the compound exit, a platoon of Marines in matte gray power-assisted combat armor waited, along with 3 squads of Dreeden security forces, also wearing combat armor, but in dark green, with large broad helmets that accommodated their wide-set, compound eyes. We'll proceed from the embassy exit through Ring 7 to the Spoke Transit Hub, where we'll board a transit tube car to Ring 1. At that point, we'll proceed to the coordinates provided by the Dreeden ambassador, where we will set charges that will allow us to breach a bulkhead that lies between the station proper and a service corridor in the Bonthan embassy. A Marine with captain's bars painted on the shoulders of his armor addressed the ad hoc force. Lethal force is a last resort. This is a smash and grab, not an assault. Any questions? Nesh fidgeted. Yes, he had a question. He was an ambassador, yet he had been in a fleet battle 3 weeks ago. And now he was about to run into battle again. How did he keep getting himself into these messes? He didn't think that was the kind of question that the Marine captain was looking for, however, so he stayed quiet. All right, we have 15 minutes to get to the target. Check your comms, we're moving out. The embassy compound's massive doors slid open, revealing a mob of angry protesters. No doubt inflamed by Makteb's rhetoric at the last council meeting. Their angry shouts grew louder as the doors opened, then faltered, as they saw what lay behind them, 44 humans and 24 Dreeden in combat armor, followed by a very pissed-off-looking Bonthan. The Marines didn't hesitate. From their second rank, underslung grenade launchers thumped, and canisters of riot gas arsed into the crowd, and the group began jogging forward. Then the first row of Marines fired, and this time stun grenades exploded directly in front of the protesters. Nesh's helmet automatically compensated from the blinding flash of light and deafening sound as each stun grenade went off. But the mob wasn't so lucky. Scores were down, holding appendages over their various sensory organs. The Marines formed a wedge, pushing through the massive bodies, while the crowd was stunned. At their flanks, Dreeden security personnel with stun sticks kept any straggling protesters from the column. Thankfully, most had turned and ran, allowing the group to quickly push through. We are so getting sued for this. Nesh winced as he hopped over another former protester that writhed on the ground in pain. Don't worry, I know a good lawyer, Baden replied. You're a terrible lawyer, Baden. Don't let Nuria know that. Let me know what? Nuria asked. The station proper was designed to accommodate a variety of species of all sizes. So its corridors were wide enough for the Marines and Dreeden security to keep formation as they rounded a corner toward one of the ring's transit terminals at a brisk jog. Cylindrical transit tube cars sat waiting at the station, ready to travel one of the station spokes to its inner rings or central hub. At the station, 3 Queel security personnel looked up in surprise at the heavily armed group quickly approaching their transit security checkpoint. Their mandibles gaped in disbelief, and they started to reach for weapons, before thinking better of it, scrambling away from the posts. Before they scattered, however, one slammed a chitinous pincer on the emergency lockdown control. Author's name and the link to original text is in the description. Consider tapping the thumbs up and pressing the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.